Oh, yeah, windshield wipers. Apologies for the video quality. I need to replace my wiper blades. Ooh, hi, bus. Let's let you scoot right on past me here. Or sneak right on over to the other lane that I want to get into anyway. Because stuff. This person's going to let me in because they're awesome. Anyway, thank you so much. Today, a phone call. This is a weird mystery, so I'm just gonna share it with the world. It's not that weird. It was just baffling at the time. So I'm gonna share it with the world. We got a call from a client. Hey, our printers are offline. You're like, okay, printers are offline. Let's see what we can do. They have two printers that we're concerned about. There's a couple other printers around, but there's two major ones that we're worried about. This is a mixed PC Mac environment. So I jump on one of the PCs, because that's where the person who called is. We go to look. Sure enough, printer's offline. The other one's showing is online, so we tested. Hey, it's working. All right, let it be for right now. If it's working, I'm not going to poke it. Look at the other one. Where does it live? So Windows says this printer is supposed to be at IP address stuff 100. Okay, it's supposed to be at 100. Can I ping that? Nothing there. Wonder where this printer is. Digging around. I know it's supposed to live on one of the other computers, so let's just go add a printer. Will it discover it on the network? Maybe it'll turn up at a different IP address because it got moved. I don't know. Let's go look at the router while I'm at it. So while we're adding the printer, looking on the router, and it says, yeah, I'm managing DHCP. And sure enough, something lives at that IP address, but doesn't tell me more than the MAC address, and I can't get the MAC address out of the Windows printer settings. Alright, there's like 50 things on this list, so I'm not going to go through each of these IP addresses. Moving on to other things. Oh look, we can add it from the printer that's sharing it out, which is one of the Mac OS X computers. Awesome. Let me jump over to that computer, and let's see if we can get the settings from there. So we're able to add it into the Windows computer, and we'll go, okay, cool. If we need to, we can just re-add it this way to everybody's computer. It's not the best, not ideal, but it might be what we have to do. Keep it in mind. We go over to the computer that's sharing it. And it's in the list, sure enough. It's also showing as offline, but that must be the old connection. Whatever. Deal with that later. Can we get on one of the other Macs and add it in? No. The other Macs can't see it at all. So it's shared from a Mac, is visible to Windows computers. It is not visible to Macs. Not through the Windows sharing, not through the default sharing, and for sure not by IP address, because I don't have it by IP address, right? I don't know what its IP is. Right, well, I'm digging around. Hey, look, I found it. You can get to the EWS or whatever HP calls their thing, the web console for the printer, directly from the Mac settings. Awesome, that's great. Go to the network configuration. Why is it at 162? It's supposed to be at 100. Call back. All right, we might have to change everyone to 162. God damn it. All right, well, we'll figure out how to do that. Whatever. So when I hang up, I think about it, and I go, wait, I can just move it back to 100 where it's supposed to be. So I'll just move it over there. So move it over to 100 where it's supposed to be. Okay, go back to the first computer I looked at, and look, it shows back online. Perfect. This should work great. Let me call back in, tell her not to change anything, make sure it's working. She has already left the office for the weekend. All right, go to a different manager. No, I can't print to it. Dang it. Hop on the computer. All right, where does this computer think it lives? Why does this computer think that it lives at 162? I just moved it away from there. Multiple computers. I think it's living at different places. Shared from a Mac. I can't read it from the Macs. Whatever, I know where it is now. This is how we add it. Let's get it on as many computers as I can. And anybody that's having troubles, this is how we get it back. Done. Moving on for the night. That was an hour and 15 minutes. Most of that time was spent going, why can't I connect to your computers? I do remote IT support for a specific client list. Such a bizarre little thing. I guess so that it's not just me unloading on you. What I think we're going to have to do is just set up a reservation on the DHCP server to make sure that the printer is always at one address and that it always stays at that one address. And then it's just not an issue ever again. And then it's in the records and easy to find, and it's great. I also probably need to go in and document that. So that's where all that lives. That's fun and interesting. That's my life at work. I guess I could keep telling work stories. Not tonight. I don't want to tell any more tonight, but that would be another topic I could do if there's an interesting problem that I thought was fascinating to solve. In other news, I had a random thought, and that is, and this might not be true, this was just a quick one-off thought, that the goal or the point of capitalism is the concentration of resources. And from a generic, unexamined, hard-left position, that's obviously bad, because that's taking resources away from other people, and in modern implementations, usually not for very good reasons. I'm not going to get into that. Not going to get into that debate, but what I will state is that I don't think that concentration of resources is prima facie a bad thing on the face of it. I think that it can be necessary for achieving particular goals. And that, to me, is what the idea of a capitalist system would be, is the concentration of resources to achieve greater goals. Because one person can't produce enough wealth to do many of the bigger, grander things that kind of make our society possible. For example, electronics. One person cannot produce nearly enough wealth over a lifetime to generate silicon chips. Like semiconductor microelectronics, it's just not possible. So what they need to do is convince a lot of people to amass their produced and or gathered wealth so we can concentrate it and have enough to actually do these excellent grand things. So that, I think, is what capitalism is really about. And when it is used well, it means that wealth is amassed to achieve amazing things. Space program, and so on. ideally, in a capitalist situation, individuals are freely associating with each other to collect this wealth. I might be like totally off the rails here on something that's absolutely not capitalism at all. But that was a thought that occurred to me. It's about concentrating resources and how I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. I think concentrating resources for the sake of concentrating resources is a terrible idea, because then it means that a lot of resources are just sitting around not making the world better. There's nobody in the lane. We'll just do this. But on that note, do I have like 5 minutes of things that I want to say? 10 minutes? This was a really short video. It's a quick random rant about work stuff and then talking about that stuff. I still haven't gone over the video. I mean, I don't know what the upload's going to look like, so I have no idea if this is even relevant. But I haven't gone over the video of where I got really into a role on some topic that I can't even remember right now. Probably ethics. I think that was the consequentialist ethics discussion. And I got a new role and it was great. And I still feel bad about it. Yeah. Secretly, I want to do Let's Plays. I play Minecraft. I've started playing Space Engineers. I play Kerbal Space Program. I also want to do a Let's Play of like Oblivion or Doom. Obviously, that's not the way to get popular views right now, because Oblivion's a 6-year-old game. It's time to move on already. Is it 6? Is it only 6? Is it more than that? Is it 8? It might be more than 8. No, even 2006. Since 15. It's like a 9-year-old game. Woo. Yeah, or Fallout or whatever, but I think I need to get into more of a swing before I do Fallout. So I want to do Fallout and Fallout 2 and what have you, which I did not play when I was younger, and I'm kind of interested in now. So I want to get into some of that. I don't have a machine that can support that right now. Maybe soon. Hopefully I'll have other formats that aren't just me driving around. If I start doing fascinating and interesting computer stuff, maybe I'll record some of that, put videos of that up, because it's fun to me. I guess I also do handicraft, so I could put up some of that stuff too. But then that would make this like a really disparate, confused kind of mishmash of noise. And I just don't know if that will feel right to me. I don't even know how the quality of these ones is, because I haven't reviewed them, because I don't like listening to my voice. It's been like 15 minutes. I'm just going to end it off here. Thanks for listening. Have a great night, and I will talk to you in the next video.